Alright, so end of day 4. So today is Tuesday, having left on Saturday from Alice Springs. So be 2,300 Ks in 4 days. Been an eventful 4 days. It's unbelievable. Car's in limp mode. Basically in limp mode. Doing 80 Ks from Tintinara to, we're in Inverleigh, just outside of Geelong, on my way to Melbourne. This will be base camp for the next week. Travelling backwards and forwards from Melbourne. I'd much rather be staying here than paying for a motel. It's not every day that you can wake up in the morning, especially you can never do this in Alice Springs, waking up to a riverside camp. Like, I mean, at the moment in Alice Springs, it's been raining and floody, and from everything I'm hearing, the river's flowing again, which is good, but it doesn't last long. So, mid-20s in Victoria versus, mid-30s, high 30s in Alice Springs. It was a much needed break. Like, I had to drag my jumper out, which I haven't worn God knows how long. So, plan is over the next few days, get into Melbourne, get a part sorted, hopefully, for the vehicle. I've got a bush fix that'll get us home after everything's said and done, and we can still get home. It's not a permanent fix, but it'll get us home. So I've got a week until I go pick up Shana and the kids, and yeah, we'll take it one day at a time. So here is camp. So as you were seeing, by the river. There's usually about this much water in the river. I have stopped here a number of times. So I've got set up under a couple of trees, solar panel out, which is doing nothing right now. Testing and rejigging, rethinking how we're going to do the setup. It's basically, so the table's always going to be there for. It's going to be a little bit different. Back of the four-wheel drive is still full. We will be having a lot of this stuff on the roof when Shana and the kids arrive. So I've got awning set up. At the moment I just got the chair because I was stuffed when I got here. So I haven't set up the swag yet. But the culprit of all this has been this fan. So it was living in here. Now the idea is to get another thermo fan that will fit in that space. We'll have to see. If not, we're going to have to try and sort something else out, otherwise bush fix it. Still crap everywhere. Afternoon. Today's day 5. Nothing real much today. Quiet day, ordering parts. I was actually quite surprised that I managed to get the parts same day. Big shout out to Repco in Hobbs Crossing. Seriously would not have been able to get this sorted so quick without them. Everywhere I rang was looking at 2 to 3 day turnaround time. I was there 10 a.m, placed the order, and then by 3 it was there. Luckily the warehouse is a couple of suburbs over, so it would change the scenery. In a different campsite tonight, because I didn't leave the trailer behind. Someone else snagged the other campsite, which, first come, first serve. And look, I have no problem with that. I honestly, I trust people, but I don't trust people. So I really don't trust leaving my stuff around for a long period of time. And I was gone at 9 a.m. this morning. I didn't get back till after 5, so 8 hours. And again, I do trust people, but I don't trust people at the same time. I have everything for myself and my family in this trailer, and I don't trust anyone to not touch it. It was locked and secure, but yeah, so this is the problem van. So that's already been removed. Removed that last night, and we're only with this air conditioner fan. So the plan will be to fit in the box new thermofan into this space. Now it is a universal fitment. Measurements pretty much the same. Will need to modify slightly to fit in that space, but it will do the trick. Now the idea is I'm going to be testing the overheating relay. Not sure if that actually does kick in, and I don't really want to try it straight away. So I've got two options. I can tap into the aircon, so it's both fans running at the same time, or knowing that one does work as an overheat, possible that I just tap that back in to the overheat sensor where it originally was. But as you can see, there is crap all over. Overflow crap. Chucked 3 flush engine coolant flushes through. I think all this residue is built up from the head gasket sealant. It's possible. It does look like it's a chalky mixture, but so yeah. What I'm thinking is, and it's a bush fix. It's 100% a bush fix. So in here, we're going to tap into an accessory. I'm thinking maybe ignition. So up top here, when it focuses, have ignition. It's one of those things. I've got multiple points that I could access. Probably the best one would be the accessory socket. Now it is rated to 20 amps, which is what the thermofan is rated to. And the other thermofan's got 20 amp on it as well. So it may be just a case of that little yellow one just there. Tap into that, run it around and along to the thermofan there, so it actually does kick in when accessories are on. Yeah. Well, we are going to, so I'm going to fuse it. So it's going to have a 20 amp fuse in there. Just a matter of what is the best option. I do have another option of, I've doubled up. So I went a voltage sensitive relay, as well as a DC-DC. So it is possible that I could just tap into the output power, so it only kicks in at a certain voltage. but that does leave the chance that it voltage drop doesn't kick in. It is temperamental, so maybe the option would be just to tap it into the accessory socket, ACC socket number 29, and yeah, just go from there. So we'll get all this crap wired up, ready to go, and we will test it out. So I'm going to run small line to the fuse, run the fuse to the fan, run the fan to the battery, positive and negative, test that it does actually work before I put it in that spot. So yeah, it's a bush fix. It's enough. It'll do what it needs to do. It's just very, 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 very initiative. Yeah, we'll get it going and see what happens. So, your fan's in, wired up with fluoro cable ties. Way too many, but you know, better be safe than sorry. And line the cord going across. So wired up's negative, and then I did end up tapping into an accessory fuse in the box. So packed up after a few days, just relaxing, seeing family in Melbourne. I go down Warrnambool, spend some time with more family there, but this is really random leaving camp this morning. Like, it's a river camp. I've seen others getting around the river, and it's weird, but yeah, this is kind of takes a cake for weirdness to find at a river camp. I mean, yeah, trees, and then, you know, rivers just down here. So, you know, the normal things that you would expect to see around here. But then you come to the boat. And by the looks of it, it has been here a while. I mean, that's a bit different. I mean, I'm guessing they're just using this as a rubbish dump. It's obviously someone's just left it here. Obviously, to me it looks like water damage, and then they've obviously tried to get it in the water here and had a whoopsie. Stripped it as much as they could. Like, or they've just dumped it here, because I mean, there's no wheel, nothing's really connected. It's just like it looks like it's just been dumped. There was a few people camped down here the other night, so hoping that they didn't just dump it, but you know, I actually didn't see the boat here before they arrived. So yeah, that's a bit of a strange one. It's look, I'm hoping that they didn't leave it behind. There is a fair bit of rubbish that I'm going to clean up before I go. But yeah, like, it's a free camp, like within half an hour of Geelong, which, you know, getting into Melbourne from here, it was taking me 45 minutes to get to Werribee. So, you know, within an hour and say 15 to get into the CBD. And from here, you can get the train from Geelong, just drive into Geelong, get the train from Geelong into Melbourne within an hour. There's always trains. So, I mean, places like this, like, there's not a lot of rubbish. Like, you know, one big bit of rubbish, but You know, at the moment they're not meant to be having fires anyway. I mean, it is cool, but you know, in this camp area it says no fires during danger period, and being somewhere in a danger period. So I can't remember what the rules are when it comes to campfires, even if it is for cooking purposes. I can't remember what it is in Victoria. Like, I know in the NT, the places that I go, even during summer, you can legally have a fire during summer if it is for cooking purposes. Now, I may be wrong on the whole of the NT. It may just be Alice Springs. I have double checked with local council and they've said yes, it is allowed, but I'm not sure about around here. I would hope that it'd be the same, because I mean, a lot of people still cook with gas on the road. I'm cooking with gas at the moment myself, but I know that gas cooking is allowed at this campsite during summer, and I'm not using it on a fire ban day. So yeah, well, got a few issues with the trailer. I mean, we fixed a lot, so that's a good thing, but we will have to do some additional repairs. We'll go through that later on.